Welcome back to my Keep Up channel. King Charles waved at cheering crowds on the Buckingham Palace balcony today as the red arrows turned the grey sky red, white and blue. The monarch was flanked by his family, including Queen Camilla, to celebrate a historic coronation ceremony. Charles, 74, was cheered by thousands of royal fans to ring in his new reign as king. Prince William, Princess Kate and their children Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis joined the monarch along with Camilla's grandsons. But Prince Harry was missing after heading straight to the airport to fly back home to Meghan Markle. The palace balcony has become a centerpiece of royal events, with a flypast adding to today's impressive celebrations. The original 6-minute spectacular, featuring Spitfires, Hurricanes and a Lancaster bomber, had to be scaled down due to the weather. But the red arrows delighted the royals and crowds as they brought the day's landmark festivities to a close. The noise reached fever pitch on the Mall as well-wishers joined together for a rousing chorus of the national anthem. Charles and Camilla also treated fans to a second, solo appearance, sending crowds into a frenzy once more. The couple earlier returned to the palace in the 260-year-old gold state coach in scenes similar to his mother's coronation. Famously uncomfortable, the 4-ton gilded coach is suspended on leather straps and can only be pulled by 8 horses. The Queen used the carriage for both her processions and later described the bumpy ride as horrible. A whopping 4,000 members of the armed forces, including 416 from the Commonwealth and British Overseas Territories, guided the new king and queen back to the palace. Music was provided by 19 military bands marching in an exact rhythm in a massive ceremonial operation not seen since the Queen's coronation. The impressive procession followed a coronation service attended by world leaders, celebs, and royals this morning at Westminster Abbey. Smoke filled the air around Horse Guards Parade as a 6-gun salute rang out at the exact moment the St. Edward's crown was placed on Charles's head. Thousands of royal fans, camped outside, cheered "God Save the King" amid a fanfare of trumpets. Prince William also pledged allegiance to his dad, saying, "I, William, Prince of Wales, pledge my loyalty to you, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, as your liege man of life and limb. So help me God." Over the years, the king has expressed a desire to thrust the royal family into the modern age, which was reflected in today's service. Charles shunned the extravagant trappings of wealth seen in his own mother's £1.57 million ceremony as he moved towards a stripped-back monarchy. The guest list was slashed to just 2,000, compared to the Queen's 8,250, and the length of the service was drastically reduced. Even the dress code was different, with the king opting to wear military uniform instead of the silk stockings and breeches seen in the past. But some traditions remained, including the private anointing with holy oil, which took place behind a screen. He also became the first monarch to publicly pray at a coronation, vowing to be a blessing to all thy children, of every faith and belief. The service took place in front of a host of world leaders and stars, as well as members of the royal family. Prince Harry was among the group after he accepted an invitation for his dad's big day, although Meghan Markle is remaining in the US for Archie's birthday. He sat with Princess Eugenie, her husband Jack Brooksbank, the Queen's cousin Princess Alexandra, Princess Beatrice and her husband Edomapeli Motsi. The historic day will likely be poignant for Charles following the death of his dear mama in September. Aged just 4, he watched in 1953 as the Queen dedicated herself to a life of service. At the time, a young Charles probably could not have predicted waiting 70 years for his own coronation. Charles is the first king to be crowned in Britain since his grandfather King George VI on May 12, 1937. The Queen had attended the ceremony at Westminster Abbey before her own coronation just 16 years later after the death of her father. Although not much time had passed, her own ceremony reflected a more modern monarchy after it was aired on TV for the first time ever. More than 20 million people watched as St. Edward's crown was placed on her head at the end of the 3-hour ceremony. Brits celebrated with street parties up and down the country while others tuned in from pubs and cinemas. Charles was by his mother's side when she passed away in September, aged 96. He later paid tribute to his darling mama and vowed to renew her promise of a lifelong service. Charles also praised his mother in the speech and the affection, admiration and respect she inspired that became the hallmark of her reign. And they spoke of her unswerving dedication as he took a solemn pledge to uphold the same constitutional principles for the remaining time God grants me. The king also poignantly touched on the Queen's qualities with warmth, humor and an unerring ability always to see the best in people. He ended the speech by saying, "To my darling mama, as you begin your last great journey to join my dear late papa, I want simply to say this: thank you. Thank you for your love and devotion to our family and to the family of nations you have served so diligently all these years. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest." Source: thesun.co.uk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.